Hey everybody, welcome to my review of Queen Sugar, Season 7, Episode 1. As you all noticed, the last season of Queen Sugar. I am so sad. My niece turned me on to this show. I believe I binge watched it last year sometime, and I was so hooked on this show. And I didn't think it was coming back, but it's here, and I'm going to review it. So we have the opening scene where Ralph Angel is on a fishing boat. He's working actually for his ex-girlfriend's family because they own the fishing company. And he's actually doing this job because he's trying to make ends meet, number one, and to like keep up his finances until the co-op is up and running and he can make a salary. His ex-girlfriend comes and give a gift for the baby, but the reason I bring this scene up is because when her husband comes, right before her husband comes, they give each other this awkward stare. And when the husband comes up, it was like this awkwardness between them. And I was like, I wonder how this is gonna develop. Goes to Aunt Vi's house. Her and Hollywood is there with the baby. Um, and Ralph Angel's wife is there. I guess she's waiting for Ralph Angel to come in. They leave Aunt Vi's house, and as they're leaving Aunt Vi's house, basically the wife wants Ralph Angel to take it easy because he's working two jobs. I think he's working a fishing job and he's doing a co-op as well. She wants him to take care of herself. She's gotten back into her swimming. She wants him to find something to relieve his stress. Also asks him, are we taking a long way, I guess, to the co-op? And he was like, yeah, I guess he can't bear to go to the farm or see the farm because it's not in the family anymore. Well, not that it's not in the family. What happened is Nova was able to get people from taking over the land based on lineage. But because he couldn't pay, he couldn't stay on the land. But nobody else can do anything else with the land because of the lineage. Because they're trying to build a mall on the doggone land, take over the land and build. Then they show Prosper with his daughter Billy. Billy is getting these phone calls from Vince. Vince is her husband, I believe. But they never really develop on that story, so I'm assuming like later on they're going to develop the story with her and Vince. Prosper, he done put on some cologne to go to Miss Sandy's house to fix something at her house. He really liked Miss Sandy, okay? Um, then we go to Nova. Nova is walking with her boo. I can't think of his name right now, but she's walking with her boo. They're spending quality time together, and she's excited because she has a new article coming out. She had her phone. He was like, there's not supposed to be any phones or whatever. And then she was like, it's amazing how you could live somewhere and not know where these places are. So her boo decided that, let's travel. Let's go see the world or whatever. So she was down for that. But then she decided, well, for today, we're going to be lazy. Go back to the scene with Nova and her boo there at her house. She gets an alert of her article coming out with the lineages or descendants of the land. Talking to Via, she's excited about that. Micah also brought a box over for her to go through. I guess that's going to develop in the next episode as well. Actually, the box had like VHS, old articles, old pictures. So I guess, again, that's going to develop in the next episode. And we're going to see why she needed those boxes and videos and things like that. Then we have a scene with Aunt Vi and Hollywood. They're at the restaurant with the baby. They got Joaquin who comes over with blueberry pie, who had created his own ingredient for the blueberry pie. I'm not sure where this is going, but obviously they put this here, so I'm sure this story is going to develop. I feel like it's something with Joaquin's mother, but we are going to see. So the next scene, we have Micah going to a photography class. As he's going to the class, he ends up running into Kiki. Kiki was his friend, his very first friend he met. So he rushed up to the class, and I guess we're going to see a scene where they talk again later. So the next scenario is Ralph Angel at the co-op. The co-op is actually, the joining together of all the black farmers with their produce. And, people who come and have subscriptions, have produce delivered to their house, which is a great thing. That's not a bad idea. Hint, hint. Come on, people, let's get it together. So Ralph Angel is excited about Mo coming. Mo is actually the person that is approving their application to be a part of a collective co-op. Ravina pulls Prosper to the side and asks about Sandy. Like, she was like, ain't nobody got time to be wasting. What you waiting for? And Prosper walks out like, let me go get this coffee. So Darla pulls Ravina to the side and lets her know that, she's behind on her mortgage. She knows she's behind on her mortgage, but she filed a mortgage extension application, which has not been approved. So Darla suggests that they go to find out about the status of the application. I'm assuming if she lose her mortgage on her farm, that creates a problem because that's less farmers and gives somebody opportunity to come in to take over her land. Hopefully there's a saving grace at the end of this. So Mo pulls up. They're excited to see Mo. I guess they give her a tour of, the co-op, and they end up in a greenhouse. And they're talking. He let her know that he's followed her program, and in walks Nova, and he introduced Nova as his big sister. Mo was all intrigued. They were giving each other eye contact. I mean, they were flirting with each other. And Ralph Angel noticed that. He was like, listen here. I'm going to need you to not do the Nova thing. Okay. So Ralph Angel is sitting with the farmers. I guess they get a check for, the produce that they sell. And they are not excited about it because the money is not enough to cover their bills. And they are not excited about it. So Mo Evans stands up to let them know that she's part of the Louisiana Co-op Federation. I hope I'm saying that right. And she lets them know that they're laying the groundwork. They're doing an excellent job. And that, all the farmers are black and 3% are owners. And they have to set a foundation. They're doing a very good job. But they can't measure what they're doing by the amount of the checks that they're getting at this moment. That was pivotal. Like, they have to see the forest before the trees, as, somebody said back in the day. So Ralph Angel gives an inspirational speech to the farmers. He said the revolution began with land. All the people that died on their land was not in vain. They demanded respect, and that they're going to have to do the same thing. But they can only do that if they come together as one. Then we have a quick scene with Billy. We have a farmer coming over to her, thanking her for the legal advice because it confuses him. And he tried to shoot his shot, and Billy pretty much turns him down. But he said it's all about time, and then he understands, and he said that he's a patient man. So for her not to say no yet. So Micah and Kiki meet up, I guess, after class. I mean, they don't got the same clothes on, but I mean, that's just my observation. But they meet up, and they talk about old times and how he's here to stay. I'm assuming in Georgia. And, he don't have no curfew or nothing like that. And they got a little nostalgia for them. She wanted them to walk by the river and smoke a joint. And he was like, oh, he can't because he got to go to a christening. But he ended up doing it anyway. He ran after her, so I'm assuming he did it anyway. Then we have Prosper coming out of Sandy house and, fixing whatever he fixed. So he broke down and let her know that he want to go out on a date with her. And she was surprised. And she was like, I was running out of things for you to fix. He said he haven't felt that way in a long time. I think it's beautiful for elders to find love in their older age so they won't grow old together. So they won't grow old by themselves. So it's a beautiful thing. I guess we're going to see this story develop as well. Then we go back to Nova's home where she's on a video call, I guess, with her agent. She got an offer to make a movie out of her book, Blood of Blessings. She's excited about it. It's a 6-figure deal. And she gets excited. She's celebrating with her boyfriend, and then she stops because she knows that book caused a lot of dissension in the family, and they just getting back on the good foot. So she has to think about this, of course. So we end the episode with the Christian Enough True board alone. They're, did the ceremony at the church, and they're back at the house. And Nova shares her news with Billy. Billy wants to be in the movie. They whispering and walks on Vi. Vi wanted to know what they talking about, so they had to change the subject. And they end up talking about Dominic, which is Nova's boo, which I couldn't remember his name in the beginning. So they played that off really well. And then we come to the scene where they're by, I guess, an oak tree with a book that was in the family. that's been passed down from generations. He said the back of the book kept track of the land and the front of the book kept track of the family. So they're about to add True Bordelon to the book. And Ralph Angel lets us know that he wasn't able to add Blue to the book because he wasn't around. Now, my niece reminded me that he was in jail, in the earlier episodes. And also, Darla was on drugs. So it was very challenging for them in the beginning. They were a young couple trying to raise a family. And it was very challenging. So Ralph Angel ends it with letting everybody know that he loved the family and this is all he needs. Then up drives Sam, the colonizer. Okay, he's there, he claims, to give props to Nova for doing her article and looking up all living descendants of this land so the land can stay untouched. He says once again, their families are intertwined, and Parker, I guess, which is his daughter, is going to fight the land, the historical land deal or whatever, so they can build this damn mall. And that was the end of the scene. Of course, we're going to see struggle within this movie, which I hate. Why can't we triumph from the beginning, But, we always got to work harder. 3 times it's harder to get what we want in life. But anyway, guys, thanks for watching. Like, comment, and subscribe. See you in the next episode. Peace.